Hello, everyone. My name is Dustin Johnson, and I'm an English teacher from the USA. I'm in my apartment in Chongqing, where I teach at Yangtze Normal University, which is in the Fuling district of Chongqing. This video is being made for English language learners, and I'm going to try to use simple, basic English for English language learners. To give you more of my history, I had 12 jobs before I ever even went to college. Some of these were pretty short jobs, like working at a Christmas tree farm for a month in the winter before Christmas, and summer jobs that I would do when I wasn't going to school. I have also had 5 different professions in my adult life after college, and I've also usually had a side hustle, selling something on the side outside of my main job, like selling records. Selling my art.
Where did Sean put the I'm so excited.
I love continually learning, and I've always worked really hard, and that has given me a very rich and rewarding life.
So, this is some potato wedge. Lomak.
I have always wanted to travel and see the world, so when my son, Phoenix, got old enough and went to college, I sold my house and all of my stuff. I quit my job as a marketing data analyst, or quit my corporate job, as they say in America. Then I moved to Mexico to pursue being an artist full-time. After being in Mexico for a year, I wanted to travel more and see more of the world, especially Asia. So I had my son, Phoenix, come with me, and we went and traveled to 9 different Asian countries. And after he went home, I traveled on to 6 more different Asian countries, including Indonesia, where I spent most of my time in Bali. I also went to Labuan Bajo, which is where I could go see the Komodo dragons, which is something that's always been on my bucket list. A bucket list is things you want to do before you die, or kick the bucket, which means to die. I don't know where that saying came from. But seeing the Komodo dragons was something on my bucket list. went to Thailand and spent some time island hopping. Went to a place called Koh Lipe, which is an island very far down south near Malaysia. And I also spent quite a bit of time in Krabi, Thailand, where I could take boats and go to lots of interesting beaches and islands. I went to Nepal, which is north of India, and I went to Kathmandu, which is a big city in the middle. And I went to Pokhara, which is an amazing little mountain town where a lot of people go to start their long treks into the mountains. I did take a trek by myself for 4 days walking in the mountains, and it was amazing. Highly suggest doing something like that someday. I even met some Chinese friends along the way. I went to the Philippines, where I went to the 5 top tourist islands and saw some really beautiful sights there. Being a tourist all that time made me want to connect more with people in Asia and do something to give back to the communities. So I decided to become a teacher to make friends, to share my knowledge, and to do something good for others. Since I lived in Mexico, I'd like to share a little more about it. It is an amazing country full of beaches and mountains and very kind people. And it is the country that is directly below the United States and has a strong relationship with the United States. I've met a few Chinese people who've spent time in Mexico and they loved it there. The culture in Mexico is a little more like Chinese culture than American culture is. People are very family oriented or close to their families. I lived in Mexico for 1 year before going to Asia to travel and to ultimately teach English in Asia. When I moved to Mexico, I moved to Puerto Vallarta, which is on the west coast on the ocean, and it's a popular tourist town. It has a feel like California with beautiful beaches and a very relaxed vibe. There's also a lot of small, cool surfing towns nearby to visit. I moved to Puerto Vallarta because many people speak English since it is a popular tourist town. I spent time learning Spanish, their native language, while I was there. I wanted to live by the ocean, but I didn't want to pay high prices that it costs to live in California, so Mexico was a good choice. In Mexico, many of the foods are made with corn, meat, and sauces made out of tomatoes and peppers. My favorite being tacos, of course, and I probably ate tacos 3 to 4 to 5 times a week. The holiday Mexico is most famous for is called Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos in Spanish. It is a day where people honor their past dead family members. They get dressed up, they have parades, they go to the graves of their loved ones and eat a meal. They make it a colorful and playful celebration, even though it is to honor the dead. Day of the Dead happens around the same time as Halloween in America, so the two holidays have started to influence each other. I had an amazing time living in Puerto Vallarta, taking all kinds of adventures, meeting new people. I did so many things, it feels like I lived there for more than just 1 year.